Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the fine print of credit cards to uncover exactly how the mechanics of credit card interest actually work. Understanding the financial engine driving these pieces of plastic is absolutely crucial if you want them to work for you rather than against you.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. 1. The true cost of credit. 2. How credit interest works. 3. The minimum payment trap. 4. Costly credit card mistakes. And finally, 5. Smart credit card habits. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the true cost of credit, uncovering the reality behind the plastic.
To put this whole thing into perspective, there are 80 million credit cards issued in India alone right now, with millions more in wallets globally. You kind of have to ask, what's the massive draw here? Why do we all feel like we absolutely need one? Well, we all love the shiny perks, right? The amazing retail discounts, the great cashback offers, and those valuable reward points. But let's be real for a second. The biggest hook is the purchasing power. It's the ability to just buy an expensive item right now, even if your actual bank account is completely empty.
But to really master your finances, you have to reframe your thinking entirely. A credit card is not free money. Actually, as financial experts point out, it's essentially money on rent. It's a short-term loan, plain and simple, and it comes with annual maintenance fees and, most importantly, interest charges.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 2, how credit interest works, the engine of credit card debt.
Okay, if you take away just one term from your credit agreement, make it the APR, or annualized percentage rate. This isn't just some random number. It's a vital benchmark that reflects the actual yearly cost of borrowing. It bundles the interest rate and the fees to give you the true and often shockingly high cost of carrying a balance. Understanding this is literally the key to grasping how that interest engine runs.
And this is where it gets super interesting. Notice how banks treat different types of transactions. When you make a regular retail purchase, you typically get a nice interest-free grace period. Pay it in full, and you pay zero interest. But cash advances? Yeah, there is absolutely no grace period there. Daily interest begins accruing the exact second that cash is in your hands, not to mention the hefty 2 to 4% handling fees they slap on top.
Section 3, the minimum payment trap, the math that keeps you in debt.
Check out this staggering math provided by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. Imagine you've got a $20,000 balance on a card with a 35% APR. Usually, your minimum payment is set at just about 5% of your balance. Now, if you choose that minimum strategy, your total interest paid isn't a few $100s, it's over $47,000 in interest alone. Compare that to making a fixed payment of $849 a month, which clears the whole debt in 3 years and costs a fraction of the interest.
26 years. Yeah, you heard that right. If you only pay that minimum amount, it would take you 26 long years to pay off a single $20,000 balance. It's just a massive cycle of debt, specifically designed by the interest engine to maximize profits while keeping you trapped for over 2 decades.
So, let's look at Section 4, costly credit card mistakes and the pitfalls to avoid at all costs.
Financial experts are pretty clear on a few major blunders you'll want to avoid. First, never hold a balance that's more than 30% of your credit limit. It severely dings your credit score. Don't apply for new cards too frequently. Try to wait at least 6 months between applications. Definitely avoid those retail store cards that offer tiny little discounts but hit you with massive interest rates. Also, never use a credit card to cover massive medical bills. And finally, whatever you do, don't just ignore your debt or throw away your statements. The interest grows daily whether you're looking at it or not. I love this quote because it perfectly nails the real-world danger here. Consider that a $3 gallon of milk purchased with a credit card can quickly turn into a $30 gallon of milk if you don't pay off the balance at the end of the month. There is just no reason to pay steep interest charges on daily essentials that should already be in your standard monthly budget.
Oh, and here's another sneaky tactic. Those blank checks you sometimes get in the mail from your card issuer, they might look like a super convenient way to pay some bills, but they are actually cash advances in disguise. Remember, that means automatic 2 to 4% fees and high interest that starts instantly with zero grace period. Your absolute best bet, shred them immediately to kill the temptation and protect yourself from identity theft.
All right, let's wrap this up with Section 5, smart credit card habits, taking control of your financial profile.
Successfully managing your credit really boils down to a few crystal clear rules. For the do's, make sure you actively review your monthly statement, consistently pay the balance in full, and always treat it like a short-term loan. On the don't side, never ignore your debt. Never spend money you wouldn't otherwise have in the bank today, and obviously, never share your security code.
When your monthly statement arrives, you're going to see that minimum payment amount highlighted prominently. But think back to that staggering math we just looked at. Paying only that specific amount is exactly what the banks are hoping you'll do to keep their interest engine running for years. You always want to aim to pay the total outstanding balance.
Because a single late payment can haunt your credit report for up to 7 long years, you have to automate your success. Use payment apps, set up digital calendar reminders, just do whatever it takes to ensure you never miss a due date. It is the easiest way to avoid late fees and long-term negative marks on your credit profile. We've covered quite a bit of ground today, from the initial allure of rewards to the stark reality of how compounding interest can literally build a 26-year debt trap. So, I want to leave you with one final crucial question. Are your current credit card habits working to build your wealth, or are they just fueling the bank's interest engine? Grab your statement this month, take a good hard look, and take control of your financial future.